Thank you, Momentum, for having me. Offer a Shuk experience to all your viewers. Hi, everyone. I am thrilled for you to join me today in one of my favorite places in the entire world on a virtual Shuk experience in Jerusalem's Shuk Mahane Yehuda. You're about to experience from the comfort of your own home, the hustle and bustle of the Shuk, and you're going to see all the sights. Now, I only wish that I could also transfer all the aromas and the taste through the screen, but don't worry. Eventually, travel will come back and you will come, probably your first step will be to Shuk Mahane Yehuda after you see this. Now, I'm going to be taking you through the Shuk to meet all the store owners, to see all the different foods. All the Jews came to Israel from all different places around the world. It's a cultural melting pot. We're going to start our first stop in Khaba Bakery, and we're going to meet Sion, who's going to make me, and eventually you, some delicious Iraqi bread. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's start. Okay, I am so excited to take you to my first stop in the Shuk. This is called Khaba Bakery. Wow, this looks delicious. Do you see this? This is called an ash tanur. An ash tanur is actually an Iraqi bread. It is only made out of flour and water. It goes right onto the wall of the oven. It comes out fresh, delicious. Sion prepares it for me special with olive oil and za'atar. Za'atar is a spice. It actually is from the natural plant called hyssop, and it is as Israeli as it gets. Now, I'm going to taste some, and then I'm going to make sure my teeth aren't full of green za'atar so that you don't have to look at my green teeth as we continue. Okay, let's taste it and see how delicious it is. I'm going to find a really delicious piece right here. Oh, do you see that? Oh, delicious. Delicious. Anything in my teeth? No, we're good? Fantastic. So that means we can move on to the next step. We're going to go visit the etrog man, Uzieli. Unfortunately, Uzieli was not in the store when I was walking through, but we will meet Or. Now, Uzieli is originally from Yemen. He's actually 77 years old. He moved to Israel from Yemen. He had to escape Yemen as a 7-year-old boy. He was on the Operation Magic Carpet flight. He is third-generation medicine man, which means that he learned all of his concoctions from Maimonides, from the Rambam's medical journals, and from nature medicine. Let's go visit and meet Or, his son, which means that he's 4th generation. Here we go. Or!
Shalom, Tova!
מה נשמע? איך אתה? וואו, זה כיף לראות אותך.
I miss you, Tova.
I really miss you.
Where is all the people?
They're watching from home.
Welcome! Hello!
I'm so excited. I got to bring each person here, and hopefully they'll come here and meet you in person.
We're gonna come one day.
So, or you are 4th generation medicine man.
Right.
Your father?
This is my father.
That's
He's
Uzieli. Uzieli.
Making all kind of remedies based on herbs and vegetables and
the etrog.
And etrog. This is the most popular. We're making all kind of essence made of the etrog from the skin and the seeds used for outside. For natural cosmetics, we have etrog soap, we have etrog lotion, etrog cream, etrog essence, etrog spray.
You're gonna spray it on your face. Oh, you look so young.
Take a picture before and after. It's very fresh in the skin. You have the lotion. You can give you everything.
I have very dry skin.
Etrog-based coconut oil.
And you also have a lot of drinks.
A lot of drink. We have a lot of drink to prevent the disease.
Oh, look what you have prepared for me already. What? Oh, do you see it? Look how beautiful that is. All the different flavors, and we're going to taste some now.
You know everything, right, Tova?
I do.
So
you could go help all the other. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to taste some right now. He has all the different flavors. A lot of them are made with etrog. Etrog is a power fruit, like he just told you. I'm going to start with the lemonade.
What do you like in your smoothie?
I don't know.
I make you something good or very, very good?
Sour. They call it the best lemonade ever. It really is the best lemonade ever. I'm going to taste the berry.
Mango.
But do you know what? The berry and the passion fruit together. This is my go-to drink. I mix them together. I get to be like a barista. And then I taste it. Oh, that's delicious. So when you come to Uzieli, you can make your own delicious drinks. If you're not feeling well, they stick some stuff down your throat and you're as good as new. So stop off at Uzieli, come with me. We're going to meet Uzieli one day. For now, we got to meet Or, and it's a lot of fun here. Wow, do you feel the magic when you're in Uzieli store? For sure. The next place we're going to go to, we're going to kick it up a notch, and we're going to go to Jachnun Bar. Jachnun Bar might be the most fun, exciting restaurants in Mahane Yehuda with their constant music. There's some yelling, good yelling that causes problems around the area. You know, calm down, stop yelling. And we're going to eat something really delicious, a malawach. Malawach is a Yemenite dough. Come join me as I flip the malawach and then I prepare it for you and find out why the first time I ever ate there, I cried. Hey, Guri.
Hi, Tova.
Manishma, how are you? Baruch Hashem. I want to come make a malawach.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put my mask on first. You think I could get it up that high? No. We're going to be eating today something called a malawach. A malawach is a Yemenite dough. It is the most delicious dough you're ever going to taste in your entire life. You have to flip it or else it's going to burn. So I'm going to flip it and then I'm going to prepare it with all the delicious toppings. Ready?
Good.
Yes? Here we go. Ah, pretty good. Okay, we're going to start with hummus because you can't be in Israel and not have hummus. And then we're going to have some tahina that also has parsley, so that's why it has different colors. I'm going to mix it around, spread it out. Do you want to know what happened the first time I ever tasted this? Guri, what happened when I tasted this?
Guys, she started to cry like no tomorrow. She finished all my towels. I need to open a new one.
And they said to me, why are you crying? I said I took the last bite.
She cried!
Fried onions, fried eggplants, sauteed mushrooms and onions. You can't have it without pickles. A little bit of parsley. Now don't think we're finished now. There's more to put on here. Just gonna slice it up like a pizza. I'm gonna take the egg. We have to have some za'atar. Are you ready to eat the most delicious food you've ever had in your entire life? This really might be the most delicious food I've ever had. Mm. Oh my God. I haven't had this in like 3 months since Corona hit. Oh, I really missed it. It is so good. Okay, I need to wipe away a tear. Oh, so yum. That was really delicious. Okay, our next stop is a little bit different. We're not going to eat something at the next stop. We're actually going to go to Deva Dagim and we're going to learn about the fish market. Now, the fish market in Israel is very interesting. Because it's a Jewish country, there's no fishing on Shabbat. So they fish on Sunday, and that means they get their first delivery on Monday, which means that don't ever buy fish on a Sunday because it's not fresh. Get your first delivery on Monday. We're going to go to Deva Dagim. We're going to meet Yisrael there, who's going to bring us a big fish. Now, find out if I kiss the fish or not. Oh God. Oh my God. This is a salmon. It came all the way from the Norwegian Sea. It's cute, no? Anyway, this is called Deva Dagim. This is Yisrael over here. Yisrael is in charge of all of the deliveries. People get their fish delivered to them from here because how they package it. It is packaged perfectly. There's no smell because it is fresh. The fish come either from the Norwegian Sea or from the Mediterranean Sea. And I think I'm going to give it a kiss. What do you think? You think I should kiss it? How about you kiss it first?
Come on.
You kiss it first.
I can do it 7 times.
Oh, okay. Ew! No, not for real. Not for real. That's it. See you later. Okay. Oh. Okay, and I don't even have a fishy smell. Well, it's nice and fresh. Okay, our next step, we're going to go to Kanafeh Ushalayim. Kanafeh is actually a relatively new food to the kosher scene because it's originally an Arabic delicacy. And we're going to meet Oshri, who's going to teach us all about it. It's a major trend now in restaurants and hotels, and of course in the Shuk. Many stores sell it, but Kanafeh Ushalayim is top notch. So let's go meet Oshri and taste some kanafeh. We're at our next stop called Kanafeh Ushalayim. Oshri is standing right next to me. Oshri sells this most delicious food. It is, you know what, Oshri, can you explain to us what everyone's going to be eating now?
You know, the Israeli guys like sweet stuff. And the Kanafeh, it was not kosher because the Arab make it. It is supposed to be, you know, Halab Israel and those stuff. And some guy made this Kanafeh, he make it kosher. And everybody sees it's good.
It's delicious.
It's delicious and they can make it kosher.
It's made out of this very thin pasta called kadaif. Sa'ar kadaif, and it's so thin. It's sa'ar in Hebrew is like hair. Kadaif is the Arabic word. There's cheese. They put the sugar water, some simple syrup on top, pistachio nuts.
Usually it's orange.
With the food coloring.
Food color. This is without.
But I like it more natural.
Classy one, yeah.
And it's really delicious, and you have all the flavors and the textures combined for the most delicious bite. So we're going to taste it in a minute. וואי. פותחים? תודה. Oh my goodness. That looks delicious. I don't even know where to start. We have the ice cream, we have the chalva on top, some coconut, the pistachio. It is delicious. But the most important thing to do when you're eating this is to make sure you really get in there because the cheese is on the bottom. Look. You see the cheese. You see that? We're going to put some ice cream on it. And we're going to taste it. Ooh. It is so delicious. Wow, that was so sweet and yummy. The next stop, I want to get a little bit more savory. So we're going to go stop off at Pizzuchi Dani. Now, they've been around since 1974 in the Shuk, and this nut store is quite popular because of that, and rightfully so, with the largest variety of dried fruit without any added sugar. So let's go meet the brothers that work there, Jachnun Bar, and we're going to make a l'chaim together too. Come join me. Oh my gosh, hey!
Hi, Tova.
It's been so long.
How you doing?
I miss you.
We miss you too.
Wow, I am so excited because I just took you to Pizzuchi Dani. Dani is Bar and Or's father. Guess what? They're brothers. Do you see the resemblance? Yes. Anyway, they're third generation working here because their grandfather, Dani's father, is one that started the store back in 1974. They were the first store in the market to have a store like this. And they have dried fruit and spice mixtures and every type of nut that you could imagine. We're going to go inside and taste some delicious fruit. Okay, what you're looking at over here right now is the largest variety of dried fruit without any added sugar. Every type of fruit you could mention a fruit, they have it. So I think we're going to taste some. Bar, should we taste some fruit?
Of course.
Okay.
You're already here. I must give you to try
Okay,
something.
what should we try?
So what you're going to try now is a dried watermelon, no sugar added. Try it, Tova. Tell them how tasty it is.
Mmm.
You actually feel
It's
the
delicious.
fish inside. It's amazing. You can look on it. You have the rind over here and the original seeds inside. No sugar, no nothing. Only dried.
Wow. And every fruit that's here really has the same quality. It's all delicious.
Yeah. You have also the best thing in here actually is the jackfruit. I don't know if you heard about the jackfruit. Tova probably heard about it. But jackfruit is a kind of fruit that comes from the old East countries. This specifically comes from Thailand. We import it ourselves. Amazing in the taste.
Mmm.
Yeah. And it's also full in protein. So it's healthy and tasty.
And full of vitamins.
Full of vitamins, yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, now Bar, Your store makes the most delicious spice mixtures.
Thank you.
Really, absolutely delicious, colorful, flavorful. My personal favorite, I think you know it already,
Probably
is the za'atar mixture.
So, open your hand.
Show
Tova.
everybody the,
How
do you
good it
see
is.
how beautiful that looks? Oh my gosh.
So what Tova going to try now, it's actually the best mixture ever. It's combination of za'atar, pesto, blueberries, almonds, onion, and another spices. The only one of the taste of it. Amazing. You can add it to everything that you make, like rice, pasta, potatoes, chicken, cheese, salad, focaccia. Even if you make challah or whatever you want,
Or salmon.
or salmon, put it on the top of it. Amazing.
Fantastic.
In challah, my mother liked to put it inside the dough and then bake it. Heaven in the
That's so
taste.
much flavor.
Also, the whole house, it's full smells
Oh, this is
amazing.
fantastic.
Now you have different blend over here. You have the old kind, like but you have the barbecue flavor, like a little bit spicy. Another Israeli taste of like falafel or something. And another spice that we make ourselves, like schnitzel mix and everything bagel. Our version.
I told everybody that in the Shuk, there are so many delicious aromas. One of them is this tea infusion that Bar is holding right now. It is lemon mint, and it literally, oh my gosh, it takes your breath away. Oh, it is amazing.
I agree with you.
And it's a drink also. You're supposed to turn this into a drink.
So what you smell now is actually a combination of dried fruit only. You have oranges, clementine, kiwi, pineapple, limited meat inside. And now this is not the good part because you can eat it because it's only dried fruit. But the good part is that you can drink it also.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Let's do l'chaim, Tova.
L'chaim, without the alcohol. But
No,
really,
no, yeah.
no. Okay, l'chaim, l'chaim. Oh, he's adding a real l'chaim, and I'm not.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדברו.
Amen.
This is the taste of the market.
Literally heaven. Heaven. There's no other word to describe it. It is so delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have the old collection over here, everything that you can imagine, like ginger, turmeric with ginger. You have the pomegranate flavor, mango, everything you can even imagine. You have it, we make it, we do our own thing. Amazing thing.
I love coming to this store because you have you're coming here, you're getting the raw ingredients, and then you could invent and create in your house the most delicious foods. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
In the market.
Thank you.
L'chaim. That was delicious. Okay, we're going to end off our adventure in the most popular bakery probably everywhere, called Marzipan. We're going to have a sweet bite there, and we're going to meet Amit, who's going to tell us why Marzipan Bakery is one of the most popular stops for tourists when they come to the Shuk. Two words that go hand in hand together are Marzipan Bakery and dessert, because there's no reason to ever bake at home when you could buy marzipan. Now, what do you buy when you come to Marzipan?
Chocolate rogala.
Hi, Amit.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice
Why
to see you too.
why do tourists love these chocolate ragla?
This is the best. It's a lot of chocolate. It's very moist. It's very sweet.
And delicious.
Yes.
And these chocolate raglach actually aren't regular, typical chocolate raglach. They're actually Turkish. What? Because the family Ozarko that started Marzipan Bakery, their background is actually from Turkey. And when they came to Israel, they learned all about Ashkenazi raglach. And they said, oh my goodness, let's open up a bakery, sell raglach, but with a Turkish twist. And in Turkey, everything is miniature.
Yeah.
Like Turkish baklava.
Everything is like one bite.
One bite. And then they're going to put on some simple syrup, sugar water, because why not?
Yeah.
If you're going to eat it, you might as well really enjoy it. And you know what I'm going to do right now? Oh, Amin has one for me. Oh my gosh, we're going to eat one. And look, it's literally bite-sized, but I'm not going to put the whole thing in my mouth because that would be not very polite. Wow. People come to Israel and their first stop is Marzipan. And their last stop is Marzipan. And they take these packages to go back to their home country. And you know why? Because they're absolutely delicious. Thank you, Amit.
Thank you, Tova.
Wow, walking through the Shuk is probably, it might be my favorite thing to do. We have time for more questions. So Adrian, do you have any questions to ask?
You know, Tova, I would like to ask you some questions, but I've already bitten off my lips and my tongue and chewed through half my arm through that presentation. It's going to be hard to speak. That rugla. Tova, I got to tell you that once I went there just before I went to the airport. I got a whole tray of it to take home to my family, and it didn't even make it till boarding time. I ate the entire thing myself, just sharing. Okay, Tova, honey, just tell me a little bit. There's one other thing I wanted to ask, and I think you actually have some film on it too. I want to know about the whole graffiti thing that's going on there at the Shuk. Is it day? Is it night? Like, what do we do? How do we find out about that?
Okay, so the graffiti has a fantastic story, and I want to tell you all about it. But even better than me telling you right here from my home, I want to show it to you in the Shuk. Are you ready to see? Oh, I planned for this. I knew maybe you would ask me this question. Here we go. Okay, one of the most incredible features of the Shuk is the graffiti. The graffiti in the Shuk is a new addition about 4 or 5 years ago. You know, there was a guy walking through one night. His name is Solomon Souza, and he was walking through with his friend Beryl Hahn. And Solomon said to Beryl, "Where's all the color, the vibrancy, the excitement that's here during the day? It's like a ghost town at night." And then he noticed the shutters, and he said, "Oh my goodness, the shutters could be my blank canvas." So, with permission of the store owners, he started painting one by one. Now, the police did not think he had permission, and they would stop him every night and say, "No, get a permit already." Anyway, he ended up getting a permit. He painted about 300 shutters in the last 4 or 5 years of famous people, people from the Bible, people from government. And what you're looking at behind me is actually a graffiti right here of Elie Wiesel. And next to him is one of his newest ones, and it's Nikki Haley. So it's really cool to see all the different all the different people right next to each other. One of the greatest times to see all this graffiti art is when the Shuk is closed. The Shuk is closed late at night or on Shabbat. You could walk through and you feel like you're walking through the largest art gallery in the world.
Oh my goodness, that was fabulous. Thank you for doing that. Okay, Tova, I have to tell you, I'm going to have a riot on my hands. There are so many comments in the chat section saying, we need these stores. Give us addresses, give us a way to find out. So what we're going to need to do from you is get a list. Also, we'll get the contacts from you for your tours. So, because a lot of people are saying they want to do that too. Please God, when it opens really, really soon. But also we need to get some sort of a list. So do you think we could get that from you?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, I got another question, girl.
Okay.
I hear that like things are very different from daytime to night. And, you know, I'm also wondering, sadly, how things have been impacted because of Corona. So sharing a little bit of that.
So both of them are fantastic questions. And so during the daytime, looks like how it was when I took you around. It looks like a market. You know, you have all the people doing their shopping. You cannot shop there during the daytime without a bubby cart, without a Shuk cart. Because when I first moved to Israel and I started shopping in the Shuk, I said, I am not getting a bubby cart, because how nerdy could that be, right? Yeah. And then for the first few times, my arms had red lines all over them. Yes. And then I said, okay, you know what? Everybody here has a bubby cart. I'm going to get one. So the daytime is really like you're going to an outdoor supermarket. With all the sights and sounds and the balagan and the excitement. Now, at night, the Shuk does not look anything like it does during the day. And also the clientele is totally different. It's a party. It's literally a nightlife party scene. All the bars and restaurants open up, all the regular vegetable stands close, and there's music and there's dancing. There's smoking, it's the type of scene, if you want to go there and just have fun, you're not going to be disappointed. Now, the second part of your question was about Corona. Right. So really during Corona, actually there's the second wave kind of is hitting in the Jerusalem area right now. But when everything was shut down, it was a big problem. The Shuk was closed and there was a lot of drama around it because the regular supermarkets were still open. And all the Shuk store, the small businesses said, why is that fair to be closed when all these big stores are open? Kind of like what's happening now in New York also, with all the big stores are open and the mom and pop shops are closed. Eventually, it reopened slowly. In the last couple of weeks, it opened up again. And night, it only is just now starting to slowly come back to its nightlife. But I guess with the whole Corona situation, we're going to have to see if there's going to be another shutdown. It's day by day here. We'll see what happens.
Tova, I love the Shuk more than anything in the world, but I got to say that there are times, especially Friday mornings, where I get so claustrophobic. I can't breathe. I can't walk. I can't breathe. How could you possibly socially distance yourself? You can't even get like the length of a hockey stick away from anyone. People walk over top of you, but I need to get a booby cart. I like the idea of a booby cart, especially the one.
Yeah, well,
what?
Even when it's not during Corona, I would never go to the Shuk on a Friday. I know it's like the hottest place to go because of the scene, but if you want to get pushed around, then definitely go that day. But they are trying to keep crowds down. They have the people checking before you walk in from both sides, from the Yafo side and the Agrippa side. They have the temperature checking, and they are trying to keep crowd control. But hopefully it'll come back to itself, because it's just such an iconic place that, you miss it. When I was walking through during getting filmed, there was a sadness for me, not seeing all the hype. And I was talking to the store owners, and they said, it's not easy. A lot of stores closed, and it's sad because, I miss it also. You guys were my first Shuk tour in 3 months. Because there are no tourists. So I really thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Momentum, for asking me to take your viewers on a Shuk tour, because it just it gave me a boost of energy and getting me back on the Shuk. That was fantastic.
I'm so glad, Tova. You know what? I one of the things that I want the last problem to have, and it should be soon, because when I walk through the Shuk, I cannot decide who to buy from. There are so many different vendors selling similar things, and I always feel guilty. How can I buy from this one and not from that one? And so I try and spread it around a little bit, but I know that every single spot on your Shuk tour is exactly where I want to go right now.